Welcome back. Now joining our show is a best-selling author of the book Stratification. It's been used by many business leaders and deals with how to best lay out a decision-making strategy. Please welcome to our show Stephen Garchow. Steve, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Danny.
So what inspired you to make this book?
Well, throughout the years, I've been watching companies make strategic decisions, and I found that they make them poorly. Now, this is often because they let logic and facts kind of get outweighed by sometimes company politics, sometimes by letting opinions outweigh facts. Now, I'm not the only person who feels that way. There was a study recently done by PricewaterhouseCoopers, and what they found was that over 50% of executives indicated that their strategy would not lead to success. So what I've done is I've written the book to help people understand a little bit about strategic decision making, because I believe any company can improve their strategic decision making by implementing a defined decision process.
And how do we do that? What's the book about? What are we exploring?
Well, what strategy does, the stratification does, is it looks at the strategic decision process. What you do to do things right, what can go wrong. And then what we do is we teach the reader about a strategic decision process that will allow them to make strategic decisions more efficiently and effectively. Now, that process is called the Lean Strategic Decision Model, which is a mouthful, or LSDM for short.
And what is that? How does that help companies specifically? How do you apply it?
Well, what we know today is that only 1 in 5 companies actually use any sort of process to make strategic decisions. And yet research shows that if you use a process, you're going to get a much better outcome from that decision. So first and foremost, what LSDM does is it provides a guide for executives to make decisions on strategy. But probably the second thing that's really important is that strategic decisions are very complex. They're massive. And what we try and do in our process is we try and break this massively complex situation into smaller components, and you make individual decisions on these smaller components, which is much easier for the executives to make decisions, and that helps them drive to a better outcome.
So can you give me an example of a company maybe that your system benefited?
Sure. There's a small company that was trying to come out with a drug product, and they were so focused on their technology that they forgot about all the other things that they needed to do in order to be successful. And so what we did was we applied this process. And what we found out was every one of their approaches would not lead to commercial success. So as a result, what they were doing is they were spending all these resources on something that would never turn a profit. So what we did is by pulling all this together, we actually allowed them to move on to another circumstance, another business circumstance, because they now knew that they could not be commercially successful.
So you saved them money, and even more valuable, you saved them time.
Absolutely.
And so where can I pick this up? Where can our viewers take a look at this?
The easiest way is to go to stevegarchow.com. That's STEVEGARCHOW.com. You can get the book there. It talks about what our company does to help companies, and then it also provides a free strategy decision survey that companies can take to find out if they're doing a good job.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Stephen Garchow, everybody, pick up the book. It looks like it's going to be a great read. I look forward to reading it. Thank you so much for the interview.